行くぞはっジェノサイカッタ
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about the developer's handbook. But before we get into that, a lot of you are asking me, how do I acquire so many rubies so fast? Well, aside from everything that we get in the game daily, whether it's the daily activities, the infinite battle, league match, team relay dungeons, getting the rubies from the maximum points in the immortal dungeons, aside from all that, I do spend a little money in the game. Some of you already know this. You've been watching the channel for a long time. But those of you that don't, I'll go ahead and reiterate what I do buy. So in the shop, I do, and make sure you always get these rubies today as well. But what I do is I always buy this subscription here. This is a $10 pack every month that lasts for 28 days. You get 400 rubies right off the get-go, and you get 100 rubies every day when you log in. So that is 2,800 rubies there, plus 400. That's 3,200 rubies, plus a million golds, some tickets. 3,200 rubies for $10. It's a very good deal. I would advise any of you to buy it if you have the means and you're able to do it, and you want to do it, and you're trying to progress a little faster and gain some rubies a little faster. As always, I do not advocate for anybody to spend money in games unless they can, or willing, or want to. Obviously, if you don't want to, if you think it's silly, stupid, whatever, don't. Play the game however you want. Being free to play, there's nothing wrong with that. I have plenty of friends that are free to play. It's totally cool, and I completely respect it and think it's amazing. But those of you that are willing and capable of spending money, this would probably be a really good deal. This here would probably be a really good deal for you too as well. This is something I do buy every month, and you do get a lot of rubies. You're going to get about 4,000 rubies from this thing, and a Fest Memory Selector where you can actually choose your Fest characters. That's freaking awesome. This really helps your progression. And for $30 American dollars, you know, by my standards, this is a pretty decent deal. 4,000 rubies in a Fest Selector is a pretty awesome deal for $30. So $40 a month for this. And then I also buy a daily pack, this here. I usually buy this every day. It's 100 rubies a day, and you get 20 topaz, 20 diamonds every single day for $1. This is also a very good deal. So just from these 3 packs, I get 300 rubies a day. In 7 days, that's 2,100 rubies a week. And that's one of the things that really helps my progression as far as building up rubies. You know, I'm spending about $70 a month. And for me, that's actually under budget. Normally, in a lot of mobile games, I would spend about $100 a month, maybe a little bit more. And I know that's definitely more than a lot of people out there. And it's actually under quite a few people too. I know plenty of people that spend 150, 200, or even thousands of dollars a month in mobile games. So I'm a little dolphin compared to them, but I'm a whale compared to somebody that probably doesn't spend any money at all. But again, as always, I don't advocate for any of you guys to spend money in the games, but if you want to, I do think these 3 deals are really, really freaking amazing. They're very good if you're able and willing to do it. Now let's talk about the developer handbook, because this is some interesting stuff. This is cool. So, hello contenders. Oh, and by the way, guys, I know this came out 2 days ago. I am sorry. Sometimes when I make these videos, I get wrapped up into the topic I'm talking about, and I actually just forget about some of the things that are just as important, if not more important, than what I'm talking about. So I do apologize for that, but let's dive into this. Hello contenders. We would like to deliver some news for the month of February with this dev note. At the end of last year, we introduced you to our planned improvements through the KOF show. Now, with the first month of 2021 behind us, we've just about wrapped up some of the updated content for the game, and we would like to update you on our progress. The first piece of news is an updating regarding real-time PvE content. And this is something that a lot of players have been requesting. You know, whenever Guild Raid showed up in the game, I thought that was going to be real-time PvE. That's what I thought it was, and I know a lot of other players thought it was too. You know, the way they advertised it on the KOF streams, we thought that it was going to be live PvE, but it isn't. It isn't. It is a game mode where your guild raid does work together to acquire the max amount of points, so you get double the boxes, double the rewards, which is great, and I love what is implemented with it. I actually love guild raid because, one, we don't have to worry about connecting issues except for connecting to the server, which is just normal for any mobile game. And I don't seem to have any problems with my account, although in other game modes we're definitely having some lag issues. And I'm not even talking about championship. I'm talking about in-game content. And that's what kind of worries me about this. because if you have to connect with your other guild members, depending on where they live and where they are, you might have some connecting issues, and this game mode might fail because of that. I love KOF, but you all know that we do have some connecting issues, especially with Championship, playing against other contenders. And I kind of worry that we might have the same problem, but we'll see. We'll see. Many contenders have voiced the opinion that they would like a game mode where multiple players can play in real time together. Yeah, it would be awesome. We're in the final stages of development for real-time PvE content, and it's shaping up to be a game mode where up to 3 players cooperatively attack a single boss together. So 3 of us can join, and this is kind of nice. At least it isn't like your whole guild, because if it was, that would be absolutely insane. You know, I have 50 guild members. That would be just insane. So 3 players can join. Now, I'm really curious about as to, is there a certain time frame? Is it going to be like Championship where there's only certain time frames available that you can play this? Because if it is, that'll kind of suck. If it can be any time of the day, that would be much better. But I don't know. We'll see how this is going to play out. The fact that we only have to play with 2 other players is a good thing. That's going to help with connecting issues, but it still might be a problem. We plan to release the update once it undergoes extensive testing, which is great. They need to be testing the hell out of this to make sure it's going to be smooth, and we will reveal more details as the release schedule is finalized. I mean, again, guys, if this isn't smooth gameplay, if it's like a big lag fest, or the rewards just aren't really worth, playing the game mode, then it's going to be forgotten about in no time. Now, the good thing about KOF is most of the content that we play, most of it, is worth playing. The rewards are worth getting. So that's the trend that KOF has done very well. The dev team's done very well, and I hope they keep doing it. Yeah, there's some things I would like to see improved, but overall, a very good job as far as the cost to reward ratio for the investment you have to put into characters to get the maximum rewards. So I'm very happy with all of that. The second piece of news is regarding the KOF 2001 story mode update. Hell yes! And this is something we have all been asking for a long time. We're preparing to deliver the final story of the Nest arc that many contenders have been waiting for. Large changes await the tuners and their relationships with the protagonist. We hope you're looking forward to how the story unfolds in KOF 2001. Large changes, eh? Now, they could be just referring to the story mode, what happens in the story, but they could be hinting to something else. However, I don't think that's what it really is. I think they're just hinting to the actual story and what we're going to be getting. Now, this is absolutely amazing because we all know every time we get story modes, we get lots of rubies. But let's read on further. This concludes round 4 of the dev notes. We're continuing to work hard to deliver on the promises we made to the contenders everywhere. Beyond what we've promised, we will continue to keep your feedback in mind and make the appropriate changes. So we hope you continue to make your voices heard. You can bet we will, man. You can bet we will. And this is nice. And it's really nice just to see more likes and dislikes. This is something I'm not used to in another game that I play. You all know what I'm talking about. A lot of you play the same games. But what can we expect? Well, in story mode, we're just going to expect a lot of damn rubies. This is the beautiful thing about this game mode. You get lots of rubies from all these little events. You get lots of rubies just from playing the game mode, doing all these requirements. Very, very cool. It's probably going to be super difficult. You guys can expect that you're going to have to use awakened characters. I bet you it's going to be pretty damn hard. Probably 1, 2, maybe 3-star characters. I don't think maybe that difficult, but we'll see. I hope they don't make it too difficult because I'd like to see moderate players who've been playing for 6 months or so, be able to get all of the rubies right away in the story. But even if you don't, the story mode's always here. That's the beautiful thing about it. Same with Epic Quests. They're always here. They're not going anywhere. They're not an event. So you'll always be able to keep progressing, building your characters to play these modes to get those rubies, which is awesome. Now, something I would like to see is, when they speak of changes, is I'd like to see a 3PG card for Ignis and Original Zero. Do I think that's going to happen? No. I think they're going to save that for the Epic Quest. We all know that that was data mined a long time ago, the Nest Epic Quest. Currently, right now in the game, we do have an Epic Quest, episode 0 and 1, But I do, and we are going to get an episode 2, and I believe that's where we're going to get our 3PG cards, because right now this is where we get our Orochi 3PG card, this is where I get our Guinness 3PG card, the Gold Border Rugal 3PG card, and so on. Mary, this is where we get them. So I don't think we're going to get 3PGR in the new story, but it's wishful thinking. I would love to see it. I mean, I would flip out if they did something like that, especially because of the buffs that Ignatz and Original Zero, especially Original Zero. God almighty, man. He really is way better than what he was. And Ignatz is too. But I would just like to see some 3PG action for these characters, because it would just make them so much better in these damn immortal dungeons. It'd make them so much better. Since currently right now what we have to do is we have to play these characters manually to build up their 5PG and then do their 5PG. And with Ignatz, you want to do his 5PG because it's a long animation. And he's actually really good for Immortal Typhon right here because he is a purple fighter. He does have the type advantage. But if he had a 3PG with a decent enough animation, a long enough animation, to where you could stall the timer even longer and you could actually let the character play on their own, on automatic, and you could focus on playing your other characters. For example, you'd have, maybe Pretty Zero, Kula, and Ignatz. You could just play the hell out of Pretty Zero and let Ignatz play on his own because he's going to build his 3PG on his own. And really the same for Ignatz. It would just be really, really nice, and it would really ease up gameplay for them. They would do so much better. Even if their animations weren't super long, it would be an improvement. But if they're super, super short animations, then it would suck. But again, I don't think that's coming. That's just wishful thinking. But we'd all love it. So let me know how you're all feeling about the dev note. Personally, I'm very happy that this dev team really stays in contact with us. They keep addressing our issues. They keep talking to us, listening to our feedback. And that really is just a breath of fresh air, honestly. In mobile games, especially in other games that you might play, you'll see that that just isn't the case. And with KOF, such an underrated dev team and really just an underrated game, they really treat their player base right. So as always, let me know what characters you've gotten, what cards you've gotten, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.